What's up, everybody? This is Jose with Oakland Latinos United, aka Oakland Latinos Unidos, the voice of the Latino community on the Bay Area, YouTube, and beyond. I'm out here in Vallejo today, hanging out. Nice sunny day. We're at Dam Foley Park. That's Marine World over there on the other side. This view is kind of familiar. Have you ever seen the old school Mac Dre video, California Living? He films part of it here. But yeah, this is the V-Town. I'm out here kicking it today. But I made this video because I was thinking about something. I was driving earlier and I had like a ball of emotions because, I realized that both of my parents are dead. Many of you might not know that my mom passed away this year in January, and my dad passed away 2 years ago. And in between those two deaths, my best friend passed away from drug addiction. And it's just been a very emotional, really emotional time for me. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to be strong. I'm trying to be strong emotionally, but it's hard. It's fucking hard. And anyone who knows me knows that I'm not really one of those type of people that are emotional all the time. You know what I mean? But hey, I don't like being emotional, but I'm not perfect. I'm human, But, I was driving right now, and I just got hit with this ball of emotion out of nowhere. I guess maybe I left some emotion out, and maybe it's coming back to haunt me, but I just realized how much I miss my parents, man. You know what I mean? I just can't believe they're gone. I can't believe, even though my dad died 2 years ago, I can't believe, that they passed away, Yeah, it's just rough, It's rough. I'm a 40-year-old man and a 41-year-old man, let me take that back. And I still yearn for them. I still yearn for their affection and love, you know what I mean? Because a parent's love is not like any other, you're going to get. It's one of a kind, it's unique, you know what I mean? And if you grew up with your parents and you had a good relationship with them, it's even better. I grew up with both my mom and my dad, and, I had the affection of both of them. But, now I'm realizing that they're gone. It really feels like a part of you is missing. Like, literally, it feels like a part of you is gone. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like this empty, kind of sad feeling. It's hard to explain because it's just, at least that's what I feel. Maybe other people feel differently, you know what I mean? And, whether you grew up with both of your parents or one parent, just always cherish the moments you have with them here, because one day they will be gone. One day we all will be gone. I'll be gone one day. And that's the realization the older I get and the more people I lose, because I've lost a lot of friends. You know what I mean? I lost my best friend last year. Another guy I knew also, he wasn't really a friend, more like an acquaintance, passed away last year. I've lost homies over time through the streets, drugs, gang violence, you name it. And it's just like the emotions have hit me finally, And I'm not gonna cry or nothing, but you could probably hear it in my voice that I'm just feeling sad, like I don't know, I feel weird, and I wanted to share this moment with you guys, because like I said, I'm normally not a emotional person, but I really do miss my parents, man. And I miss my best friend too, who died last year as well, man. It's just been rough. It's been a lot of deaths, a lot of mourning to take in, and it's really it can be overbearing and overwhelming, My dad, he died in 2017 at Kaiser, Oakland, of heart problems. My mom, she died this year. She had Alzheimer's, and she died from complications with that and pneumonia at the house. She passed away with us surrounding her. Unfortunately, my dad was alone when he died, and we weren't there, the last time he was around. And it's just, I wish I was there. I mean, I got to see him the day before and talk to him, and then he passed away the next day in the morning, It's just, But yeah, I think I'm thinking about it too, because Mother's Day passed and Father's Day is coming up next month, and so, there's going to be my first Father's Day and well, not my first Father's Day, on my first Mother's Day without my mom, my second Father's Day without my dad, and I miss them, man. You know, I wish they were here. Even though my mom, unfortunately, she had Alzheimer's. She got it young. My mom was only 69 when she passed away. And she got it at 65, you know. And she got it really bad, too. You know, I used to think Alzheimer's was something that older people got. Like people that were in their 80s or 90s, you know, not people in their 60s. And, you know, she pretty much lost. She wasn't the same, even in the last few years of her life here. You know, she wasn't the same. Her mind was gone. She remembered us for the most part, but mostly it was like a distant memory, you know, and it was sad to see her mind deteriorate like that. It's something crazy to see, you know, especially your parents who you know brought you up and you know raised you all your life and been there for you all your life. My dad, you know, my dad was he had been sick for a long time. He had battled a lot of things. My dad was a fucking fighter. My dad, you know, he fought cancer and beat it. He fought 3 heart attacks and beat it. He fought diabetes and survived that. He died with diabetes. And finally, the last heart attack he had, he didn't beat that because it pretty much took him. And, yeah, he's no longer here with us anymore, you know. And, you know, my mom would always be the type of my dad, I mean, would always be the type of person that he would get sick, be in and out of the hospital, and then he would get out. And we were always used to him just getting out, like, oh, he's going to be all right. He'll be out. But, you know, unfortunately, that didn't happen. He passed the last visit to the hospital. And, you know, it just sucks, man. It really sucks, you know. It's crazy when I think about it. Like, when I think about 30 years back, like 88, 89, when I was about 11, 12 years old, you know, my parents were about my age now. They were like, my mom was 40 at the time, which would be 1 year younger than me, and my dad was about 46 or 7. He was 76 when he passed. My mom was 69. But yeah, they were about my age, and they already had 5 kids and had to deal with all of us. And I'm 41 and I don't have one kid, and I'm struggling. I don't know how the fuck they did it. I still ask myself, how the fuck did they survive with us with 3 kids in a fucked up environment like in East Oakland where we grew up, you know what I mean? They were strong, man. They were fucking strong because they raised us. They weren't perfect. Yes, they were, you know, poor. They were ignorant. They were from third world countries. My dad was from El Salvador. My mom was from Tijuana, Mexico. And, well, originally from Michoacan, but she grew up in Tijuana. And, you know, it just crazy, you know, the way they were able to raise us in poverty and in bullshit. But eventually they got us out of the hood, and they were able to get their lives together, get better jobs. And my dad was always a hustler. He always hustled. He knew how to hustle and make money, so he was able to get us out of the hood, you know what I mean, and get a better life. And I thank my parents for being there for me, and I dedicate this video to them. If there's an afterlife, I hope I get to see them again. If not, they're going to always live on in my memories. Like I said, cherish every moment you got with your parents, because one day they're not going to be here no more. And that day is going to be fucking shocker. And if your parents are already old and they're you know, maybe they're on their last leg, try to keep a good relationship with them. Don't fight with them, because you don't want them to die and you never had that chance to say sorry or my bad. You know what I mean? Because I had friends that happened to them and it fucking killed them inside. I'm glad that I was in good standing with both my mom and my dad when they died, so I don't have that regret or remorse. The only regret I have is I wish I could have spent a little bit more time with them. But I spent enough time with them, and they did a lot for me, you know what I mean? And they knew I loved them, and they knew I loved them to the end of the end of time. You know, and I just hope that I get to see them again one day, and I hope one day I heal from this mourning, you know? It's not something that's gonna happen overnight. And yeah, that's all I really have to say. Be good to your parents. You know, especially us who grew up with parents of color, Raza, Chicano, Latino, or even black parents. We know the struggle, man. We know the fucking struggle of being poor, growing up in the ghetto, and having parents who didn't have much education, but them still being there for you and still fighting hard for you. My parents were immigrants that fought hard. You know, ain't no motherfucker out there can say anything about fucking immigrants, because my parents were a true example of immigrants who busted their fucking ass to raise kids the right way, even though it wasn't always perfect. But they got us out of the ghetto, and a lot of us are doing good now. None of us are in jail. None of us are in trouble anymore. You know, some of my family members have gone on to college and do great things. You know, even me, I'm doing video blogs, I'm doing music. I'm working, I'm saving money and doing a lot of beautiful things. I'm not out there on the streets robbing people or gangbanging or none of that shit. So my parents, you know, we were in that environment, but they got us out of that environment because they knew that they had to as parents. But, like I said, it's a dedication to my parents, to Maximo Rivera and Irene Lopez Rivera, R.I.P. I love you. I'll forever love you, and I hope to see you guys again. All right, then, late.